Welcome to Swipe. Here's a taste of what we've got for you on this week's show.
Inside the world's biggest tech show, we're taking you to CES in Las Vegas.
I'm here in what they call Eureka Park, where this year you don't just get to see the virtual reality, you get to touch and feel it as well.
And I hone in on some of the other devices you didn't even know you needed, before we finish on gaming innovations, including a virtual reality suit.
There's one event every January that gets all gadget fans talking, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. It's where thousands of the latest and greatest innovations designed to make our lives better get showcased to the world. And as you can imagine, there's something for everyone at CES, as our correspondent Greg Milam discovered.
Among the miles of aisles and thousands of stands, there are a million ideas. Some strange, some useful, some actually both. Let me introduce you to a revolutionary fashion accessory that isn't about young people, it's not even about really high tech, but it is one of those that will make a lot of difference to a lot of people. This is the hip hair.
It has been made for preventing the hip fracture in elderly people when they fall. It means when you are going to fall down with the belt on you, we are going to detect that you are falling down, and we are able to inflate the buffer bag around the hip to protect the hip fracture. And here, you can imagine if I'm going to fall, it's going to inflate like this. And here, we have a very good hip protection.
Well, staying with health, this is a product that's getting a lot of buzz this year. It's called the Air Pure, and as you can see, it's a face mask. What it does is cut out pollution right down to nanoparticles. So if you're riding your bike or riding a motorbike through London or Paris or wherever, it's keeping the air cleaner. Of course, it connects to your phone, so you know when to replace the filter. But this theme of products that really make a difference to people's health is really big at CES this year. Now, don't worry, these aren't my pants, these are Thomas's pants. Thomas, tell me what your pants do.
Yeah, so we are Spartan, and at Spartan we want to save humanity with underwear. So this is high-tech boxer brief that blocks all cell phone and Wi-Fi radiation. Because as a man, if you keep your cell phone in your pocket, it's bad for your health, for your fertility, and you have more and more studies coming out and showing this.
As well as health, augmented reality and virtual reality are big again. It's hard to show either on TV, but with this VR kit, you can actually feel what you're seeing.
Do you like it?
It's incredible. There's a joke that CES now stands for Car Electronics Show, and there is a lot of car tech here. Raphael is explaining how facial recognition will help allow the car to learn and predict what the driver wants.
It is indeed looking at your eye, your face gesture, where you're looking, what you have in your mobile, what kind of data you have in your mobile, and it compiles all of that and offer you services.
Whatever, hopefully it'll prevent this sort of thing. And then there was this. Not sure what it did actually, but it was just really nice. Gadget girl Ella is here and says this year it's about making these things relevant to people.
What's really exciting about somewhere like CES, we're seeing so many startups and such an opportunity for startups as well to show us products that could actually be saving us money, helping us make positive decisions with our health and actually make positive changes rather than just having maybe some blingy product going, look at me, look how much money I've got.
It's also about your pets. And this cat feeder, controlled of course by an app, senses when your cat needs food or needs water. If you've got more than one cat, it senses by the microchip which one approaches the feeder and makes sure they don't go hungry. And the dogs are not forgotten either. In fact, there's not a single part of everyday life that someone here hasn't thought of. Greg Milam, Sky News, at CES in Las Vegas.
With more than 20,000 smart products to see at CES, there was no way Greg was going to make it round to all of them, especially not in those pants and that mask. So here's what else we spotted.
It wouldn't be a tech event without cute robots, and here there are plenty. Luca reads picture books to children.
First day of their holiday dawned bright and...
While Albert teaches programming and problem-solving skills. Amy, on the other hand, is set to help in hospitals. Doctors can control the robot, talking to patients, doing ward visits, so they don't need to do it physically. And here's the robot way to clean your windows. It's not just tech startups vying for exposure here. Some of the big hitters are out in force too. Samsung, LG, Sony. You could say this year's a big one for Google now that it's taking on Amazon's Alexa with its own virtual assistant. TVs with the software built in mean you can ask your telly to show you what's going on in another room at home, or control your lights.
Turn my lamps to red.
A lot of technology is about controlling things, but even at the world's biggest consumer tech event, you can't control everything. Like a power cut. Oops. Certain areas were plunged into darkness, with CES organisers blaming heavy rain the day before. Power was back within minutes for some, but apparently around 2 hours for others. With the lights fully back on, so too were the smart glasses. These ones for cyclists and runners let you track your performance, tell you which way to turn and flag up your emails. And who needs headphones anymore when you can beam music to your ears without anyone else hearing it? The Smart Cities Zone had the latest in electric vehicle charging, insights into 5G connectivity and electric scooters. And while cities of the future may never sleep, an entrepreneur here has an eye mask that adjusts lighting and sounds based on the wearer's DNA. There's always a lot to take in at CES every year, and I haven't even had time to tell you about the smart toilet with customizable seat temperature and auto flush. But anyway, here's something for the journey home. You'll appreciate a hands-free suitcase for those occasions when you're carrying lots of gadgets. It recognises its owner's face and wheels itself alongside you. See, we can all find a friend in tech.
Now, at this point in the show, we'd normally bring you our regular video games review. But because everybody's talking about CES this week, we asked Simon to pick his favourite gaming-linked announcements from the event. And we set up the studio so he wouldn't feel like he was missing out on the bright lights of Vegas too much.
So here I am in Las Vegas, maybe, for CES 2018, and after scouring all their gaming announcements, I came up with 3 that particularly took my fancy. And the first is the Tesla suit. It's a suit that you're meant to put on before you step into the virtual reality world to immerse yourself in that world even more than you do now. For starters, the first thing that's going to happen is if you get hit in the game, you're going to feel like you've been hit. The suit will respond accordingly, and also it can make you warmer or it can make you colder. So if you're walking past a volcano, your temperature will go up, or if you find yourself in the North Pole, temperature's going to go down. On top of that, it can also make your body feel heavier or make your body feel lighter. So if you have to pick up a barrel for some reason and put it on your back, you're actually going to feel like you're walking around with a barrel on your back. Now, as you can imagine, you'll probably sweat quite a lot on this thing, but it's okay because it's also fully washable. Second on my list is Black Box's VR fitness experience that wants to take the idea of training or going to the gym and make it far more entertaining and make it feel far more like a video game. While you're still going to be using a cable pulley system that you'd probably recognise from most gyms, the idea is that as you work out, you're also participating in a video game. So let's say, for example, you have to swing a massive sword. You do that using the pulleys, but you'd also have the effort of throwing a massive sword. The creators of this got the idea after using VR for the first time and realising this is a serious workout. What can we do to take this and apply it to the world of fitness? Third of my picks are NVIDIA's big format gaming displays, and NVIDIA wants to take the idea of PC gaming and finally make it acceptable to play on huge 65-inch monitors. The problem before these displays is that if you tried to play a PC game on something that big, you'd encounter a load of problems such as lag and stuttering and tearing, and that would ruin your gaming experience. But NVIDIA says, thanks to its G-Sync technology, that's never going to happen again. It is mostly designed for PC games, but you can also connect it up to your home console. And of course, given that it is 2018, it supports HDR and It supports 4K. However, don't buy one of these if you want to use it with your TV. It is a monitor, and therefore it only has monitor inputs, so you won't be able to plug an aerial into it. So these are mainly for a digital experience, but that does mean you can stream the likes of Netflix or Amazon Prime on it as well. However, as for all these announcements, whether or not they'll actually make it to the mainstream, well, only time will tell.
Well, that's it. We've run out of time, and there's no amount of technology that can provide a solution for that just yet. I'll be back with more Swipe next week, and in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at Sky News Swipe. Bye-bye.